Hey, what's up everybody? This is Super501 and today I want to show you guys one of the new DLC number 3 weapons. And this is the first quest reward weapon you get to the new DLC, and it is the Dueling Peashooter. Now, if you guys didn't see, quest rewards can also roll up to Mayhem 10 now, so they can have higher damage, and also the level cap was increased. So I'd recommend getting level 60 before you start the DLC and getting up to Mayhem 10, because this seems to be a really good weapon. And also, if you guys don't know, especially if you're on PC, don't know how they do it on consoles, but if quest rewards are really good, you can then do save files and renewing save files to farm quest rewards to get anointed rolls on them, because quest rewards can be anointed. This pistol is pretty unique. It is a Jakobs pistol, and just like all the other Jakobs, when you critical hit, it ricochets bullets to nearby enemies. But this one doesn't actually ricochet them to other enemies, but it does spew out more bullets when you hit crits. So this pistol does have 5 shots in the one I got. I'm assuming most of them are going to be around there, and it is a double shot pistol, so it's a double shot burst, and it uses 1 ammo per shot, so 2 ammo per burst, which is pretty nice. The reload is ridiculously fast, pretty close to instant, which is really nice. And then the special thing about this pistol is when you critical a target, also all the shots are explosive, which is nice, especially if you're using Mo's. But if you critical hit a target, instead of just ricocheting random bullets around that go straight in like normal bullets, what it actually does is spew out rounds on the ground that then cause big explosions that deal the actual normal damage of the weapon. And it does shoot out 3 per shot, but since it's a burst pistol, if you hit both the shots as a headshot, which it pretty much mostly will, it's going to shoot out a total of 6. And they do have a pretty big radius, especially with something like Mo's where you can increase the splash radius of this pistol. It could be absolutely ridiculous. And as you see, normal shots are 27-28k. I don't have any talents or anything, so this is pretty much base damage for this character. It does good damage, and then when you headshot and shoot out the explosives, they do the exact same damage as your normal shots, and all of your projectiles can hit multiple targets because your initial shots are explosive, and then the shots that spew out after you hit the crits are also explosive. Now, the shots that spew out from the crits seem to be a much bigger radius, so have a much larger AoE. And overall, that's pretty much all this pistol is. It's almost like a Jakobs burst pistol with a flacker effect tied into it, which is really cool, especially on Mo's, which was the build I was using before I took out all my talent points to test this out. I was using an explosive Mo's build, pretty much my most recent build, and this thing seems to be incredibly strong with that type of build. So there's a possibility I'll be making a build with this pistol because it seems very, very fun to use. But that's all I wanted to go over today. The first new quest item for DLC 3. So subscribe if you want to see more Borderlands 3 content. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this new weapon. And thanks for watching. So this video is going to be a bit longer than I thought it would be because after getting some footage for this video going over the Dueling Peashooter, I figured out this thing is just completely ridiculous and destroys if you can hit crits. Even if you can't hit crits, it still does some pretty insane damage. Now I am on Mo's and I do have all of my talents fully put in, pretty much using the same talent build for my most recent rocket launcher splash damage builds because this does splash damage and the damage is absolutely ridiculous and there's a bunch of weird interactions. So first off, with short fuse, which is the talent where if I hit a target with any gun damage, it has a chance to create a secondary explosion. It seems that that's causing the weapon to double dip on the extra projectiles it sends out when you hit a crit. So if I go down to one bullet here, normally this should only shoot out 3 projectiles when I crit, but with short fuse, it seems to always be sending out 6 now. I'm not certain if that's only when short fuse procs or if that's just any time. Maybe there's some interaction with it as well, but it's pretty much sending out double the amount of projectiles for the most part, doing, that just makes it do a ridiculous amount of more damage. The weapon itself, I'm not sure what's causing this, but the weapon itself will just randomly hit millions of damage on a hit. Even if you're not critting, the damage on this is absolutely ridiculous and you'll see it in the footage. It's pretty nuts, but also if you have the anointed effect where you get elemental damage on your grenade mod and shield mod, this also causes it to multiply the projectiles that come out on crits. So we can test it right here on the target dummy because it's just super easy to hit. It's ridiculous. So as you'll see, just one clip of this weapon, 5 shots, was just creating so many projectiles, so many explosions from the extra projectiles after critting with the on-action skill end effects of your shield and grenade mod that you're just sitting here for like 5 seconds watching explosions deal damage. So much so that the amount of explosions coming out actually starts basically corrupting the sound effect. Some of the sound effects don't go off correctly, so there's too many explosions for these sound effects to actually keep up with how many it's creating. This thing is basically a flacker that's like tripling its projectiles, exploding everything, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Because even if I'm not using the on-action skill end effect, look how many projectiles and how many explosions are going off from 5 to 6 bullets. It's ridiculous. And I say 5 to 6 because one of my talents can proc that. Especially on Mo's right now, this weapon that you get from the first main quest of the new DLC, one of the strongest weapons for Mayhem 10, which is ridiculous, and it is a pretty cool weapon to use. That's pretty much all I want to update you guys on for this video. I'll probably go over another video testing out a bunch more stuff for this weapon.